what are my triggers? What triggers me to react the way I react? Why do I react the way I react? Where did it come from? What has, informed my decision to decide to react the way I did? It's crazy because we are adults and we are expected. Hey darlings, hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Zan Mantsho. Guys, we are officially on 600 followers. Like what? What do you mean? No, I'm so happy that I'm seeing the numbers grow, and I'm seeing the engagement with my content. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. So guys, in my previous video, I made mention that I wanted to give you guys an update on what I've decided to do with my business. So I've decided to put my business on ice for 3 months. So from now until August, end of August-ish, because how do I put this into words for you? So I've been thinking about the way I was working, right? And there's really no honor in it. I've seen my mother do it, wake up early in the morning, hustle hard, and to be truly honest with you, nothing tangible came out of that, except you are exhausted consistently and you have no time to have a break to yourself or even enjoy whatever little bit of success that people think you have received, through your business, because people think you're successful because you're in your business, right? Anyway, I was burnt out. I was tired. I was starting to have certain thoughts and I knew that I'm not in a good space. So I feel like I was already manifesting most of what happened over the past few weeks. So my guy leaving, the one that used to work for me, I feel like I was slowly manifesting those kinds of things in my head because I was exhausted. I was irritable. I didn't even want to respond to WhatsApp messages when people wanted to place an order. That in itself was saying, 1, I'm acting out of character. 2, I am going to ruin something that I've spent 3 years or so. Is it 3 years? About 3 years. Yeah. Of something that I was building, that I looked after, that I cared for so dearly. And one thing that I definitely prided myself with in my business was speedy service delivery, responding on time, making sure that people receive their orders before, before that 10 days was up, etc. All of that was starting to fade away, where I wasn't even paying attention to how long orders have been there. I was exhausted. And I've decided to take a break before I break. That's basically what I've done. And in taking my break from my business, another thing that I thought to myself, well, it's time to reset and self-care and look after myself, guys. This body is what carries every dream. And I have to make sure that my body is well taken care of. Because in the past, I have suffered from mental health, in a way that I wasn't coping, I wasn't okay because I've been going through a lot, right? And I think the big thing for me was, 1, consulting with a psychiatrist, psychologist to better understand my mental health state. And another thing that I picked up along the way over the past few years, like a lot of people always ask me, Zan, why do you exercise so much? Why is exercise a thing in your life? Why do you prioritize it so much? I prioritize exercising because exercising directly affects my mood and directly affects my mental health. That is the sole reason that I've learned to prioritize my mental health. I've realized that if I don't prioritize my body, my mental health is also affected. When my mental health is affected, my diet is affected. If my diet is affected, my body is affected. So it becomes this vicious cycle, because if I'm not exercising, I'm not eating right. I'm eating for my emotions and how I feel. I then start picking up weight. When I pick up weight, I'm not happy about picking up weight. I feel sluggish. I feel somehow about myself, and I don't like myself being out of shape, right? So all of that together affects my mental health. And honey, my sanity and my mental health is so much more important than making money. Sometimes, really, it is. Because without my mental health, I can't make money. Without my mental health, I can't create the things that I want to create. Do you understand? So that's why I've had to decide that the money can wait for the next 3 months in terms of my business. Can my body recover? Can I allow myself to be in a space where I'm thinking differently? I've got a clearer perspective of what I want to do with my brand and the direction that I want my business to take going forward. And also, most importantly, finding the most workable way for my business to be successful. Understand? Good. I was starting to feel burnt out. And that is why it was important that the business close briefly. The business will come back. Zan Black will come back. It will be Zan Black on a next level, Zan Black 2.0. You know what I mean? So for now, I'm not taking orders that are, custom-made orders. I am taking a break to recover, to recoup, to replan, and to decide the direction that I want my business to go. But that was just me giving you guys an update, because I've invited you into my world and brought you into my business. Now I've had to obviously share this so that you get a better understanding of what's happening with Zan lately. Okay? So I guess this topic has led us to mental health. Really, that's what I wanted to talk about, mental health and how the gym helped me with my mental health. I was in a really, really bad shape around 2015. 2015, I was in a very, very bad space. I'd experienced 2 miscarriages, and I had already had my firstborn child, and I experienced these 2 miscarriages. And during the time, I went into depression. I was in a very bad space where I was constantly in a dark place. I was constantly crying. I was just never really happy. And I don't think my husband really understood what to do and how to help me. He was there. He was supportive, but it just didn't feel like it was enough somehow, because even I didn't know how to get out of the rut that I was in mentally. It was it 2015? I think it was late 2014. One thing about me, I will forget the year. I always forget the year that I want to talk about. It was 2014. I was in a very bad space, right? Then I picked up a lot of weight because I was eating a lot. And I was mostly stress eating. Chocolates, I've got a very bad sweet tooth. Well, used to have a really bad sweet tooth. I think I've outgrown that a lot, okay? So I would eat. I would stress eat. I ate whatever I felt like eating, really. And I gained a lot of weight. So after I gained the weight, right, I happened to get a promotion. It wasn't a promotion. I applied for a position internally. Thus, we got a promotion. So I happened to get a promotion. And in this promotion, we had a getaway as a team to someplace, Bela Bela. And when I got there, we took a lot of photos. Obviously, it's fun, Then I got to see the photos. I don't know what happened when I saw those photos. But when I saw those photos, something hit me. I was like, who is this girl? I don't recognize her. This photo showed my belly. And I've always been an hourglass shaped girl. Like, I've always get the figure, the curves. And I looked at the picture and I thought to myself, oh my God, this cannot be, And one thing that my husband and I have always told each other is, baby, when one person gains weight, the other must tell the other. And that's always been our thing, right? That if I pick up weight, you must let me know. But my husband will never let you know. You look great. You look good. Irrespective, he will never tell you, right? So I gained that weight. I noticed it in a picture. And when I saw that picture, I decided it was time for a change. I had gone through all of the emotions and everything that I had gone through from my miscarriage, asking myself a lot of questions. Am I not good enough, to have another baby? Why is God doing this? I had a lot of resentment questions, etc. So now I thought to myself, hey, you know what? Let's just go to gym. When I started going to the gym, right? I had been gymming all my life. I played hockey. I used to have a running club of my own with people in my neighborhood. So I've always been a person who exercises, right? So when I decided, you know what, it's time for me to be serious, I said, enough being a resolution girl. The type of person who will wake up every year, 1st of January, write it down.
I am going to start going to the gym, and next thing it doesn't happen, you're not consistent.
So I decided in November, I think it was like October, November, that I decided from now on, I am going to the gym every single day consistently. Let's see what happens. That was the plan. I was not trying to lose the weight immediately. I was not trying to do anything, but I was just trying to be consistent at the gym because I wanted to see something, I was like, let's see. Let me see what's going to happen if this girl is disciplined. Cool. I then started going to the gym on a regular basis, but like beast mode on a regular basis, right? I would go to the rugby field on a Saturday. I'd be flipping tires. I would go to the gym every single day, Monday to Friday, twice a day, because at that time I could. And it was a way of avoiding traffic. So I'd leave home early to avoid traffic, get to the gym, work out, take a shower, go to work. And then after work, I'd head back to the gym because I'm like, okay, cool. I'm trying to avoid traffic again, go to the gym for another hour, then go home. That became a habit of mine. And for some reason, when I'm working out, my body only craves good nutrition, like healthy food. So I decided, okay, cool, this is working out great. I continued on that rate. And I found it to be something that is so helpful to my mental health. And I found myself in a happy place. I was super happy. And I lost 15 kilograms in a space of 3 months. Okay. I was at my ideal body goals. I was like 2 kilograms away from reaching my body goals. I was feeling myself. The girl was there. I was like, whoo, this is great. Then there was just some hormonal imbalance in me. I didn't know what was happening. I just suddenly went into a very bad space, even though I was exercising, but I couldn't understand what it was, right? Guys, I'm pregnant. Only to find that I was actually pregnant. The hormonal imbalance, my mood swings, and how I was feeling was because I was pregnant. But now I couldn't get excited because I had 2 miscarriages before this one, right? And I thought to myself, ain't no way this is possible that I'm pregnant. But here's the thing. How I found out I was pregnant was I overdosed on tablets. Suicidal. I landed up in hospital. You know when you watch the movies and people come up to you and they're like, hi, how are you? And you're like, first of all, who are you? Secondly, where am I? You know that scene you've seen in the movie where you are so confused and you're not even sure who everybody around you is? That was me. So the hormonal imbalance led me to a point where I was suicidal. I was just unhappy about my life for whatever reason. I woke up in hospital. My mom was there, my aunts were there, colleagues, and I'm thinking, how did we get here? And when this happened and I passed out, it was a Tuesday. When I woke up, in my mind, it was Wednesday. And I'm like, okay, what is everybody doing here? And people are like, oh my God, you've been asleep for the past 48 hours. I'm like, wait, what? What day is it? They're like, today's Saturday. Saturday. What happened to the other days of the week? You were sleeping. Okay. Because after this happened, my husband found me in the car of where we lived in the AMs of Thursday morning. And then they rushed me to a hospital. Don't know what they did. All I know is I lost 2 days of my life. I woke up and I thought, what was going on? And then I was discharged and I went home. I was very confused because I've lost 2 days of my life. I was very, very confused. What happened? What transpired? How did I get there? I don't know. I still don't know till today. I can't piece out the pieces together as to what happened for that to happen. Then, when I get back, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm back at the gym, right? But for some reason, I'm looking at my body. I'm like, something ain't adding up here. I'm working out very, very hard. In my mind, I should have a six-pack. Where's my six-pack? Who took my six-pack? What's going on here? And something says, buy a pregnancy test. And I'm like, but I was in hospital. Wouldn't they have checked for that? No, they didn't. Okay. I buy a home pregnancy test. I pee on that thing. It's like 2 lines. I'm pregnant. So what happened here was losing 15 kilograms helped me fall pregnant. I only found out I was pregnant at 4 months. I was really 4 months pregnant. All my miscarriages happened at 11 weeks. But here, I found out I was pregnant at 4 months. So I could actually celebrate that I was pregnant, right? So that's the one thing, again, that I appreciate about gym, that I didn't realize that I was at a weight that was not good enough for me to carry a child. I know some people can fall pregnant, but my body couldn't. That's why I had all the miscarriages I had before having my daughter, Pamela. So losing weight helped me fall pregnant with my daughter. Going to the gym helped me work through my mental health issues. I was happier, I was lighter, I looked younger. Girl, it was just all the pluses, right? I avoided being on medication through going to the gym and dealing with it in that way. And also, I got to understand the importance of me going to gym for my overall well-being. And I think it was a lesson to myself in general that looking after yourself definitely has benefits that you don't know. Till today, that's why even with my business, I realized I'm no longer going to the gym. I don't have time. My business has become my life. After my business, it's my work. When do I get time to be with my family? When do I get time to just be Zan, as Zan would like to be, and explore all of Zan's talents that Zan does have? I had to read a lot. Didn't have time to read either, but I became a big fan of Audible. So I'm a big fan of Audible because I feel Audible helps me become a multi-dimensional person, in the sense that I'm always learning something new about myself, about business, about habits, about a lot of things. Like, I am a reader of notes when it comes to Audible. Last year I read 12 books through Audible. See, so that's the one thing when it comes to mental health, that we need to start paying attention to our mental health. And I think with me, it's not just the mental health aspect of you're tired, you're burned out, you're depressed. It's also understanding your triggers. We have a lot of triggers as humans that we don't even know. And I know a lot of my triggers come from childhood. I was actually having a conversation with a friend the other day about how our childhood experiences can affect how we react right now without us being consciously aware of that. An example is with me. There was a point where I was constantly hearing, where I'm on a portfolio with somebody and they keep telling me this person is great, this person is great, this person is great. And my brain translated that as I'm not good enough. So that person is great, I'm not good enough. And I remember one day driving home crying, feeling as though I am just not good enough. I had to go, Zan, hang 10, my love. Shy pause. Let's step back. Why do you feel when they say this and this person is great, makes you feel like you are not good enough? Because that was never uttered. I had to go back and investigate where this feeling of not being good enough comes from. I had to take a step back and speak to little Zan and say, yo, girl, where did you start feeling this? What happened in your childhood that has led you to feeling like you are not good enough? What triggered that emotion? And you know, the funny thing is, when I went deep and saw where it comes from, I realized this comes from my father. So because my father was a polygamist and had many children, as a child, I made the assumption that my dad was a present dad in my siblings' lives and not mine, because him and my mother were upright, separated, divorced, not together anymore. So I thought, oh no, he chose them over me. I'm not good enough. I'm not worth fighting over. I'm not worth coming to see. I'm not worth this. I'm not worth that. That childhood trauma then went and manifested into an adult Zan, viewing situations as she is not good enough because she was never good enough for her dad, which is so wrong. And the moment I confronted that and realized where it came from, I literally came back to adult Zan and said, girl, hold up. This is so unnecessary. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, there's no need for this. They never said that about you. And this feeling that you're feeling has nothing to do with you. Whatever decisions an adult makes has nothing to do with the child. Now, grow up and be the adult that knows that you are worthy of everything. You are good enough of everything. It's not just about that era in your life. So it's those little things that I've had to learn. What are my triggers? What triggers me to react the way I react? Why do I react the way I react? Where did it come from? What has, informed my decision to decide to react the way I did? It's crazy because we are adults and we are expected to just be adulting. But I'm a whole mother of 3 kids and I still have these feelings and emotions that I need to deal with and I need to understand in order for me not to transfer my trauma to my children. Do you understand? So there's a lot when it comes to mental health that I'm big on. And when I feel overwhelmed, when I feel I need a time out, I take my time out. I get to understand myself better. And I get to give myself a little bit more self-love and self-care, which I've been doing a lot of lately since I've decided to step away from my business a little bit, because I truly believe that a fresh and clear mind can be a very creative mind. And I want to get to that space where I am creative again. I want to be in a space where I'm creating pieces for Zan Black that I absolutely stand by, that I absolutely love. I don't want to be controlled by the market. Do you understand? So that is me. I know this is a lot. Hopefully you guys will like this video and understand me a little bit more and understand that your own mental health is just as important. It's okay to take a break from things. that you feel are not adding any good value to your life. I, for one, sleeping at 2 a.m., waking up at 4 a.m. is not adding value to my life. I had to take a pause and a breather to rethink, re-strategize, and restructure my business going forward. And that's why I've had to take this mini break to look after myself. So I hope you guys are looking after yourself. Please let me know in the comment section if there's anything that you'd like me to touch on and for us to discuss. I love hearing from you guys. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.